whereas Kiara, and I can call her out because she's one of my best friends. Kiara is the type that's like, I have to put my left sock on and then my left shoe and then my right sock on and then my right shoe. And then I have to put my like this color sports bra, and I would just sit there like in our lockers and be like, you just let me know when you're ready to go out and shoot. So everybody, hi friends of Spike, Shaniqua Nilles here. I have a really fun interview for all of you. I have Cierra Walker and Melody Kempton from Gonzaga Women's Basketball Program. We have some fun questions for them, and it's just an opportunity for Zag Nation to get to know these gals. So let's dive into it. Super simple. We're gonna start off super simple. What made you guys choose Gonzaga? And I know that everybody kind of had a different start. Mel, you kind of been a Zag from the start. C, you joined us after a couple of years at Vanderbilt. So what ultimately led you guys to join the Zags?
Yeah, so for me, I was on a team that we didn't have the best culture. And so once I transferred, I wanted to join a team that had a winning culture, a positive culture, good team atmosphere, family atmosphere, and just being close connected, not just with the players, but also with the coaches. And when I came on my visit, I felt a really genuine connection with everybody on my visit, whether that was the players or the coaches, anyone I met. And after that visit, I was just basically sold on the family atmosphere, the connections, and the feel that I had when I came to campus.
That's so awesome. I don't think a lot of people understand how important that just initial feel of when you get around a team of like, does this feel like somewhere I could thrive and be, a contributor to? So Mel, what about you when you came on your visit, and what made you become a Zag?
Yeah, like you said, I have been around the Zags since I was a kid. So I used to go to games when I was little, and just like watching them growing up, I just really was like, I was in awe of all the women that played for Gonzaga. And I watched you a lot too, Shaq. So I was just really in awe of how you guys carried yourself and the way you guys played. So I knew it was a great atmosphere. And then on my visit, just seeing how close the family atmosphere on the team was and with the coaches, that really just pushed me over the edge. And just having my family close by, I have little brothers that I wanted to see grow up. So it was a perfect fit for me.
Yeah, and you both kind of touched on it, just like that atmosphere and that culture. And one of the best things about being a Zag is our fan base in Zag Nation. So I know there was a couple seasons for y'all that no fans could be in attendance. So how did it mean, especially for this final year for you guys as seniors, what did it mean to have, fans back in the kennel, and also other stadiums, because Zag fans travel well. So even when you go play at, the Pepperdines, the LMUs, you'd see a lot of red, white, and blue in the stands as well. So what did that mean to just have them back, backing you in person?
For me, it was just totally amazing. Like at Vanderbilt, we didn't have many fans in our home games, and I knew that Gonzaga fans were just unmatched in this country. And watching their games on TV and hearing about it and how the kennel is just so electric for those home games, I was like, I want to be a part of that. That sounds amazing. I got to experience it a little bit my redshirt year, but obviously I couldn't play then. But even just seeing it from the sidelines was just insane. I had seen nothing like that before. And I was just so excited to get out there and play. And then obviously with COVID hitting and having the cardboard cutouts up in the stands, that just was not even close to being the same. And now being able to play in it this year with all the fans back, it was just crazy. Like I was just so excited to finally get to play in front of people in the kennel after being sidelined and then COVID. So I have no words other than Gonzaga community and the fans are just honestly unmatched, and their energy is just insane. So I love playing in front of the Gonzaga fans.
Awesome. What about you, Mel?
Yeah, I think Sierra said it perfectly. I mean, the energy is just ridiculous to play in front of this crowd. I saw it growing up and I loved being a part of it. And then now playing in front of it has been crazy. I think a big part of it for me was my family wasn't able to come to the games, which was really tough because a big part of my decision to come to Gonzaga was I got to stay close to them and they got to see all of my games. So having them not there when they lived 20 minutes away was really tough. Yeah. So it was just incredible for my senior season to have them be back in the kennel and everyone come out to support.
Yeah, that's so true. So Mel, you're kind of down the road. You're from Post Falls, but Sierra, you're originally from Oregon City, Oregon. Is that my research correct?
Yes.
How is Spokane similar and different to your hometown?
I mean, in terms of the basketball sense, it's pretty similar actually. I grew up playing for Oregon City High School, and Oregon City High School is just a really well-known basketball program, and it had been ever since I was growing up. My mom played for Oregon City High School, played for Brad Smith, and he's like a big basketball name in the high school ball. And so that was just like really awesome to grow up being surrounded by a basketball community. And then coming to Spokane, Washington, that's Gonzaga country. Like you're in the basketball city, you're in Hooptown, USA. Like it's just straight basketball, and Gonzaga is fully supported throughout Spokane. And it's just so cool to be able to go anywhere throughout Spokane and just be recognized just because you're on the basketball team. And I just think that that's super cool. And like being able to experience that as a high school player and then experience it in college has just been super cool for me.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's so true, because we don't have any professional teams in Spokane, really. And so you kind of are local celebrities as you're going through those really transformative years from high school age to college years. And now you get kicked out, you're full-fledged adult. But Mel, you and I have similar journeys in the sense of we went to the Gonzaga camps when we were young, and we grew up watching the Zags with their families, and I stayed close to home as well. And a big part of that was I was used to having my parents and my family at every game, every sport. Like they never missed a moment. How did that transition from high school to college ball affect you? And you kind of spoke to it already with having your family there and then not being able to be there with COVID and everything. But what specifically kind of helped that transition from Post Falls High School to Gonzaga?
Yeah, I think my teammates really helped me with that transition. I mean, everyone always says that like going from high school is not the same as college. Like you were the best one in your area in high school. We were all the best of all our areas, and we played every single minute and we got all the points. Like then you go to college and everyone's the best from all of their areas. So it's a huge jump. I think, yeah, I just have to credit my teammates. I mean, I had Jessie when I was coming in, and she was a point guard behind Laura, and she quickly took me under her wing, and she was from around here too. And so I kind of knew her growing up. And so she was just a huge help and just encouraging me every day to like, no, you're doing fine. Like, I know you feel like you've got it all wrong, but like, we've all been there. Like, it is okay. Like, you're not actually that far behind. And just having someone to like constantly give me reassurance, I think just really helped me get through. And so I just have to give it to my teammates to being there and help me out on every step of the way.
No, that is huge, because you're exactly right. We all came to Gonzaga with our own accolades individually, or I played with Jill Barta, and she never lost a high school game in high school. So, yeah. And that's not realistic, for the most part when you get to college and everything. So you just have to. It's a battle of egos and talent and skills and buying into roles and that chemistry and camaraderie that we spoke about earlier. So it's a big part of it. But you kind of gave a shout out to Jessie Loetta already in terms of alum, but I want to ask both of you, who are a couple alums that you guys look up to from Gonzaga, or whose game that you enjoyed watching? And don't be cute and try to say me or something and try to give me like a little shout out, because people will think that I paid you off. So don't do that. And like zoom in on my face right here. If they do that, I have no involvement. Just full disclosure there. But a couple alums that you guys look back when they were playing in Gonzaga uniforms that you enjoyed watching.
So for me, Katie Campbell is one of my best friends actually. And I just loved watching her play. She's a lefty shooter also. So that was just super cool to actually see her and her role out there, knowing that I was going to have a similar role when I came to the program and actually finally got to play. And she just is a competitor. She's motivated, she's driven, she's hardworking. And I was aspiring to be similar to her. Mel mentioned her already, but Jessie, I came in my redshirt year and she did really similar things for me that she did for Mel. She took me under her wing. She helped me with the plays. She'd be like, hey, I would get really overwhelmed when I didn't know what was going on. And she'd be like, you're good. Like, hey, everything's fine. Just take a breath. Like, you're good. She was my team buddy that we have my first year here. So that also really helped. Jessie is just such a thoughtful person, super caring. She'll do anything for her teammates. And since I was her buddy, I just felt super cared for and really looked after. And that was really big for me after transferring, because obviously everything's new. It's like you're back in your freshman year, kind of. And so that was just really awesome for me. And then the other one that I really loved watching was Laura Stockton. She's just a big time competitor, super fierce. Just will do anything for her teammates, make the sacrifices, was an amazing point guard, amazing passer, did all the dirty work. And she's just someone that is a great player and somebody that if a younger person's looking for a role model, I think Laura is a great example of what to be as a basketball player.
I love that. Shout out to those three mentioned from C. Mel, who do you got?
Yeah, I was also going to go with Laura too. I played with her my freshman year, so I had her as a senior to look up to, which I think is an amazing role model. She really embodies what you want in leadership, I think. Like, she's not afraid to get on you, but is also going to be there afterwards to like pick you back up. And she's one of those people, like C said, that she will give all she has every single game. And I think it's really nice. I mean, she still comes back and plays pickup with us all the time, anytime she can. And I think it's really great when you have players like that that'll just like keep coming back, keep trying to make you better. And I was going to shout you out, Jackie, because you do always come back. Like, and she didn't set me up for it, I promise. She did not tell me this question was coming ahead of time. You're always around. And I feel like that's really amazing to have someone that's always around. And I feel like I could always count on you. If I ever really did need something, I feel like I could call you up and you would be there. And I mean, you've been there all 4 of my years. I remember when I first came in and me and Kylie were playing pickup with you guys and we were like trying to guard each other and you were like, no, you guys will not guard each other because you'll have to spend enough time with each other on the next 4 years that I will not let this start now. And I feel like you just always support us and you're just always there for me. And I think that's really great for any players coming in. I know if I felt that, then all of the other players behind me and in front of me have also felt that. So to have an alum that you know you can count on and that's going to be there the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years down the road, I think is really incredible.
Okay, don't be cute. Don't make me cry. Don't do that. Don't.
Aw.
But no, that's so true. Like it's kind of interesting that all the players that you've mentioned, they had very different roles, right? They had very different personalities, but everybody kind of bought into that and played to their strengths. And that's always like really fun for me now to like look back and think about or look at the teams in front of us for like upcoming seasons and just try to like figure that puzzle out. And I'm always wrong. Like whoever I think is going to develop into the shooter or develop into a vocal leader or develop into a leading by example, I'm always wrong, which is really, really cool to just watch you guys kind of grow up in that program. Now specifically about gameplay, right? So do you guys have any pregame superstitions or like must do routines before you play? Like for me, Ellie Tinkle and I used to always meet up and paint our nails. We needed fresh nails because we just had, the whole look good, play good. Wasn't always the case for me. It always seemed to work out for Ellison really, really well. But do you guys have anything that you have to do before a game?
I feel like I'll go first. I feel like I really don't. I mean, I started wearing long sleeves this year because everybody's like so sweaty in the games and I was so done with it. So I was like, I'm gonna wear long sleeves. And then I swear on like 3 of the games, I just forgot them. So I was like, well, there goes that tradition. Like that one's gone. I don't consistently listen to music or like a certain playlist before games. Everyone makes fun of me. Sometimes I listen to audiobooks before the game. So I mean, I'm not consistent with like anything. I feel like I'm just not a super like superstitious person. Like in that hour that we're warming up, I know I'm gonna get like super focused and I'm gonna think during that time. But before that, I'm like just like get prepared, relax, try to like calm myself down because anyone who knows me knows I'm a very energetic, high intensity person. So if I'm trying to hype myself up too early, it's gonna be a bad day.
It's gonna backfire. See, that's funny. That's kind of like how I was because I just was a bit of a head case and chaotic person. So I was like, I can't always listen to this specific song or whereas Kiara, and I can call her out because she's one of my best friends. Kiara is the type that's like, I have to put my left sock on and then my left shoe and then my right sock on and then my right shoe. And then I have to put my like this color sports bra, and I would just sit there like in our lockers and be like, you just let me know when you're ready to go out and shoot. So everybody's different. But Steve, what about you? Are you superstitious or like very routine before games?
I'd say I have more of a routine for our home games opposed to away games. For the home games, the thing that is my routine and was my routine was I would get to the gym 2.5 hours before tip off every home game and change, put on my undershirt, my basketball attire, and I would go out and get shots up 2 hours before tip off every home game this year and last year. I just always wanted to get like the extra shots up just to get like my mind ready, get focused, get in the zone of where I'm going to be obviously playing that night. But other than that, that was kind of my only like routine thing. And then like for away games, it's just like get ready, listen to music. I have to listen to music. I need my music. But other than that, like that's really all I got for my superstitious routines.
No, that's fair enough. That I feel like that's good because you don't want to be somebody who like doesn't like your phone doesn't load your song or something. You're just like, I cannot play. Like I feel like that would be disastrous for me as an individual. But what was your favorite place to play? And it doesn't necessarily have to be WCC focused. If you guys went on a fun trip or something, what's one of your favorite places to go and play?
Well, I can think of two right off the bat, and one of which would be Hawaii. So Hawaii was just Hawaii, nice and sunny, beaches,
Right.
very beautiful. Love Hawaii. So definitely there. And then my first year here, we got to go on our foreign tour and we went to Italy and Spain and we got to play a couple games there. So technically we did play in those places. So I have to say that those were my favorites.
No, that's fair enough. We never did a foreign tour, but Lisa hears from me a lot on that. So what about you, Mel? Where did you enjoy playing?
Yeah, I mean, if it's like the gym, then obviously GU, like that's the best like gym atmosphere to play in. But yeah, I'd have to agree with Sierra. The first thing that popped in my head was the foreign tour in Hawaii because they were just great places to play. Like all the sightseeing afterwards, we were in Hawaii, like it was amazing.
Yeah, those are two really fun trips that you guys were able to go on. Okay, so last little segment here. I did this with the men's players and they really enjoyed this. So I think it's always pretty fun. We're going to play most likely to. So I'll ask you a most likely to question and it can be any of your teammates. So be nice because some of your teammates will see this. So who on the team is most likely to run out of gas and need a ride?
Peyton.
Peyton, yeah. Actually, yes, Peyton. Yep.
Unanimous. Okay. This might not be good for her then. Most likely to fall asleep.
To what?
Most likely, sorry, one more time.
To fall asleep during a film session.
Vonnie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, these are all going to be unanimous. This is great. Really? Has anybody done it though? Has anybody fallen asleep? Oh, you don't want to. That's
no
okay.
comment.
No comment.
Yeah. We don't want to get anybody in trouble. Okay, so most likely to pull a prank on a teammate or a coach. They could be two different teammates. Is anybody bold enough to try to prank Lisa or Craig or Stace or Jordan?
So I've thought of pulling a prank with Lisa, if that counts. I have pulled a prank on teammates around Halloween. So I think I might have to answer myself on this one.
Okay, self-vote. What about you, Mel?
I think I would go with Lenny. I think Lenny would be the one to pull a prank on Lisa or another teammate.
I can see that. Lenny, dang it, she had like a full stack of pranks ready and she's like, I can't do it now, they called me out. All right, most likely to spend all their money on new sneakers.
KK.
Who needs food? Who needs, as long as you got some good kicks, you're ready.
Sneaker game.
It's very true.
All right. And last one here, most likely to go on a reality TV show.
It's like current team too, right?
Yeah.
Couldn't say any like
I
past.
mean, like, somebody really came to mind.
I would say Katie Campbell. That was the first person.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
She has tried to get on a reality TV show. She has texted me and talked to me about trying to get on a show. So that was just the first person that came to my mind.
Agreed.
All right, well, if any like executive producers watching, like please give our girl Katie Campbell a call.
Yeah, she's ready. She is waiting.
She'll do it.
For her
She'll happily
chance.
take it. Happily will be there.
We tried to give her like a good word, put in a good word. So we'll see what happens. But what about you, C? Would you say Katie as well?
I would absolutely have to say Katie as well. That is, yes, no question, Katie Campbell.
That is so funny. All right. So we're done with that little segment. Last question here. What is one thing that, because you guys are seniors now and you're Zag babe forever, but you've suited up for the last time, which I know is hard. But what's one thing that you wish you could tell your younger self about your college experience? I know it's pretty deep and unexpected, but
I feel like I got one. I feel like I would say to like enjoy all the little moments, like the hard practices and like the mandatory like meals after practice and stuff like that. Like in the moment, you're so busy that you're like, oh, like I just really need to get to this class, or I only have 2 hours to go see this person. Like I need to hustle, and like you don't like take in those moments. When I think back to all like the laughs and like the fun times we had, it's like in those small moments. So I feel like I would like try to tell myself to like enjoy those times more, because you're gonna like really miss those times, those little times and like you don't think are a huge deal, like they all add up.
Yeah, can confirm. I probably tell my younger self something similar. But C, what does young C-Dub need to hear from you?
I would say similarly to Mel, don't take things for granted. I experienced some injuries throughout my college career, and it just would suck like not being able to go like practice out with my teammates, or like even run the sideline 16. Like that just sucked to like watch my teammates do that, but like I couldn't. And now being a senior, like and done with college basketball, like it sucks thinking back and being like, gosh, like this drill really sucked. Like I didn't want to be doing that, but now I'm like, oh, I wish I could hear Lisa say, okay, we're going to do minute layups again. Like, I just wish I could hear those words and be able to go do them again. So probably just like kind of live in the moment. Like, yeah, it might suck and you might be upset that something's about to happen, but like, don't take things for granted. I would also tell myself, like, don't be super hard. Like I'm hard on myself. I'm probably the hardest person on myself, but just kind of know like, yeah, you're going to make mistakes. Like college basketball is a growing experience. So just take it all in, be present, and just learn from your mistakes and know that you're going to get through it.
Yeah, for sure. Well, ladies, I think I can speak for all of Zag Nation that your careers at Gonzaga were incredible. And we were so thankful that you chose, to come to GU and hang with us for your college years. As an alum myself, like welcome to the alum club. It's a fun place to be. And like Mel was saying, we just show up at Gonzaga, us alums. Like we just walk by with our dogs, like I've just walked my dog through the kennel. I'm like, who's here? Who can I say? So now you guys get to do that. And everybody just is like, she's an alum, it's fine. So congratulations on a great career. Thank you for doing this interview with me. And I know that Zag Nation is going to back you guys no matter where you guys go, what you end up doing. But just wanted to end on that note. So thank you guys so much. We'll go ahead and give a wave to everybody. Bye-bye.
Thanks for having us, Shaq.
Yeah,
Thank you
no
so much,
worries.
Shaq.